So when I was a little kid, I used to spend a lot of time with my cousin Duran. My cousin Duran is 4 years older than me, and he always had the coolest stuff. He always had the coolest new Legos. He was by far the coolest dude that I knew as a little kid. Anytime that I had to go over and spend some time with him, I took that opportunity, and it was great. One time we went over and we spent an entire afternoon building all of the lions from a show called Voltron. I think I may be dating myself right now, but we built all 5 lions, and it was amazing. Another time we built an Apache helicopter. I mean, we just did everything together. And so, you grow up and you become an adult and life happens. And so we don't get to see each other as much anymore, of course. But he came over this weekend because he wanted to know how it is that I make my YouTube videos, because he got wind that I had a YouTube channel and he thought it was pretty cool and he wants to try to give it a go. And so he wanted to know how, I do this. One thing led to another, and we started, just talking about other stuff and talking about, being parents and life and all of that kind of stuff. So we never got around to figuring out how I make these videos. And so I thought, what a great time to make this video. And so you can probably tell, fair warning, this is not gonna be very glamorous. I record all of my videos here in my basement. It's dark and it's dirty and I get water in it, and sometimes there's bugs, but it has served me well, and I just want to show you guys how I put together my YouTube videos. So I am going to be filming it on my A7 II because I think that I'm going to try to do it, FPV style. And so, yeah, with all of that being said, let's jump into this video. So I am going to switch to this camera now. All right, so here we are in my basement, and the first thing that we are going to talk about is this camera here, and this is the Sony A7 III. This is my workhorse camera. This is the camera that I record most of my videos on. In fact, I record about, 98% of the videos on this camera. And so this is my workhorse. On this camera right now is a Sony 2470 G Master set at 50 millimeters. I have a small rig cage on here just because it gives me the ability to mount several things to the cage. The monitor that you see attached to it is a Feelworld M5. I'll link all of the products down in the description, but this Feelworld monitor allows me to be able to see myself because, as everyone knows, the Sony A7 III does not have a flippy outie screen, and so yeah, so it works. And you can see that I have audio running from, and then this light stand is just a cheapo $50 light stand that I got from my local camera store. It broke on me recently, so I had to put some duct tape on it. And I have it on this Manfrotto ball head. I don't remember the product number on that, but I'll try to find that and also link that in the description. So spinning around here, the light that I use is this Godox SL60W. It is a daylight light. It's got a Bowens mount on it, so that makes it pretty easy to find all sorts of attachments. And then I have this newer light box. It's got double diffusion in it. And so I usually keep this at about 25%, and it gives me all the light that I need for my videos. And then that is also set up on one of those $50 light stands that the camera is also set up on. And then here I have this cheap tripod, also made by Newer, that I thought was going to be great for mounting my camera on, but it is not. Because of this ball head here, it doesn't tighten tight enough so that my camera doesn't fall over, so I don't put my camera there anymore. And then what I have here is, this is the Rode Videomic Go. It's not great. I actually hate it, but it's the one that I have for right now. And funny story, you can see that it is duct taped here to just another kind of mount that I had lying around, because I gave, what I usually use is one of those cell phone holder mounts, because it has a cold shoe mount on it, and I didn't have another cold shoe mount. I gave that to my cousin when he was here this past weekend, not remembering that I needed it set up so that I can make these videos. And then, so I sit in this chair here, and you can see that this chair is mounted pretty directly under that mic, and I have it boomed onto this tripod. And then just over here, I have this small little light with some homemade diffusion that I use just to kind of give myself a little bit more light. And yeah, and I have it set up on this Amazon tripod, which is also another piece of crap. And so, but hey, they are being used and making the best of my situation. And so with all of these things, I am able to, oh, and I just have my camera pointed towards my desk setup back here. This lamp is tungsten. I really like it. I know people don't really like tungsten colors for lighting, but what it does is it gives like this warm kind of lighting in the background. And then I also have these two Aputure lights that I turn on when I am filming my videos. And so those two lights glow teal in the background, and it gives it this really cool kind of like teal and orange kind of background. And so it works out pretty well. And all of that together helps me to achieve this look in the next shot here. Yeah, and so all of that to help me achieve this shot here, as you can see, it looks pretty good. And I hope that the audio is sounding pretty crispy also. So a couple of the downfalls to filming in my basement is that I can't really sound treat it yet, because eventually I am going to waterproof it and put up walls. And so everything that I have down here currently is just temporary. And so I can't really sound treat it, so there is a lot of echo. Another hurdle that I had to get over is my furnace is probably 10 feet in this direction here. And so I am always filming videos around when it starts and when it finishes. So that's another hurdle. A couple other things that I use to make these videos. I have a remote to my light, and so I can either, raise it or lower it actually, I wanted to say that this is actually a really good light. One of the things that reviewers have complained about is that the fan is loud, and loud, I guess, is relative. Can you hear it? So I can hear it, but I don't know if it can be heard on the video. And the second thing that I use to make these videos is my cell phone. And this works for two things. One, it allows me a second screen to be able to see myself, because again, the Sony doesn't have a flippy screen. And also I can use it as a remote shutter, as it has this little stop and start button. So this works out pretty good. And also the Feelworld monitor is not a 4K monitor, but my cell phone is a 4K screen. So it kind of gives me a better representation of how the picture is gonna look. And so that is it. That is how I make my YouTube videos. I hope that this video was informational to anyone watching it. Dron, if you're watching, I hope this kind of gives you some idea of how these things are made. I look forward to seeing you in the future. And as for everyone else, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, it would be super amazing if you gave me a thumbs up. And it would be even more awesome if you decided to subscribe. I have some more videos coming up. I want to make a video on my desk setup and you know, a couple other things. So thank you guys for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and this is where I am going to end it. Yeah, peace.